Welcome to your collective reading. A little late, but still ready and on time because we make our own timing here for Wednesday. I'm the Grace Strega. Let's find out what is in store for you for today. So, all right. What are we going to see right now for the collective in terms of what's happening for today? Can I please get okay? The first thing we're seeing is actually today is going to be a day of a lot of planning and also potentially a day of a lot of digital communication. I'm seeing that because we've got the Two of Wands coming up. I love this energy for us today. And this does say that there is something about today's energy that is going to allow us to set the course for the rest of the week. This is going to be a day that is going to be more about planning than actually than the activity, putting things into motion for the rest of the week. So this is a really good sign for you today to pay attention, as I should have, to what is happening or coming up for you in the next week or so, or even for the rest of the month, to make sure that all of your plans are in place. Because and also it's a huge sign right now that there's going to be a lot of digital communication, because this is a card that comes up very frequently for me as it relates to digital communication. So this says that there's going to be a lot of success today as it relates to anything you do digitally. Love that. What else do we have coming through today for the collective in terms of the top 5 card spread? Can I please see the top 5 cards? Okay, we've got them. Oh, we got them all here very fast. All right. There is a deep level of no nonsense happening for this group right now. I don't know what happened between yesterday and today. I mean, we've kind of been seeing this coming. We've seen this attention shifting, and we did see that yesterday there was still a bit of a balancing act happening. I feel like that balancing act is kind of going out the window, because there is this vibe right now with the Three of Cups in its reversal, which says you're not here to play games. Seriously, it's really what I'm really seeing here, and I kind of like this energy, is today is just a day where you're you have way too much on your plate. You've got way too much to do. You do not have time for anything that is going to feel like a waste of your time. And this even has to do with even potentially having to decline some plans that might be more they might be things that you typically are enjoying doing, but it's just that you're so busy. You might even experience some difficulty today, enjoying something that you already set up or scheduled, because you just got so much to do. You just got so much to do, and your thoughts are not here right now. Your thoughts are not in this moment. Your thoughts are literally thinking about 3 days from now, thinking about a week from now, thinking about a month from now. You don't have time for it. And so this is kind of this no nonsense that we're seeing here. At the same time, I do see a lot of satisfaction in this moment. And I want you to hold on to this moment, because I love this card that we're seeing in the center moment of the spread right now. And that is coming through as the Nine of Cups, which is, again, there's a deep feeling of comfort. There is the busyness today and a feeling of getting to work, but there's also a feeling of satisfaction. And let it serve as a reminder to you, even if you're busy today, to enjoy it, to enjoy your moment. Because I do feel like there's something about you being able to see the fruits of your efforts today, more than you have in the recent past. And it's this energy that I think is actually what's driving you to look out into the future so much, because it's almost like the victories of now, seeing how much you have in this moment, is now allowing you to really build the landscape as to what you want to do as you go forward. And that's a very comfortable place to be. It's busy, and it's a little frustrating because you don't have time for a lot of the more fun things you want to do. But you're also not too sad about it, because you're what's being replaced with the fun silliness is being filled with good things. And why is all this happening, you may ask? What's this big change? You're finally letting cycles come to a completion. You've made up your mind. You've seen all you need to see around something. And you now are really in this moment where you are ready to release an ending that has been occurring in your life for quite a bit of time right now. And often when we have this, this death energy can be something that can feel so difficult as we're going through it, because it usually requires so much profound change. But what I love about seeing the Death card in its reversal here is what we're really seeing is you are finally at the point where you are ready to the changes have been completed. The changes have come through, and now you're like really ready to let go of this ending, and see and experience what is beyond this ending that is happening in your life. The other card we are doing right now to clarify the final card in the 5-card spread, victory. We're seeing huge victory today, guys. We are seeing tremendous victory. So there is, again, I see a lot of success today. This is going to be very tangible for many of you. You're going to be able to experience this. Like, there is going to feel a moment of completion, of a reward coming towards you. And this is, I totally, the tap, claim this energy, because this is such beautiful energy we are seeing today. Such an experience of positivity coming forth from this point. I love, see, this is why we had to wait to do the collective. And for anybody joining us, again, we are doing the collective right now. I ran out of time this morning. The astrology, the tarot astrology will be tomorrow, I promise. All right, we are going to continue. So again, I love this process because we see clarifying right now between the 2 of Wands and this 3 of Cups. So this focus on the future, and even like kind of letting go of immediate, like fun, like things that are more fun and immediate now for the sake of the future. What are we seeing coming in right now? Let's see. Can I get a clarifying card between that 2 and that 3? Yeah, here's the thing. There is something around the anxiety or fear of limitation here. There is a feeling that there is something that is preventing you potentially from taking immediate action on this right now. That there's definitely directions that you want to go in. And a lot of today is, I really feel like it's making the bandwidth or clearing the space to really allow these plans that you have to come to fruition. And even looking at your life right now and being like, what needs to change? What do you need to move away from to really fulfill those bigger plans you have in store? There's a lot of energy here about the idea of letting go of small joys for greater pleasures. And I'm okay with this because it's like, you're not doing this in a lack mentality. You're doing it in a sense that like you respect and appreciate the fact that like whatever success you're getting today, you're like, that feels good. I would like more of that, please. I'm going to do everything I can to drive into that direction as much as I'm able, because this is kind of the day the universe is giving you that encouragement and those like prezzies to like really let you see like this is what it could be like embrace it. So there's a lot of looking today at what's not working to figure out how to get it to work better. We're okay with that, especially because you're not just dwelling in that energy, you're trying to strategize around it. Clarifying right now between this 3 of Cups reversed energy, and this is what we're talking about, putting away the more, even like, this could even be like kind of like, shunning things that involve more people right now to really kind of work on like your own projects, your own cups, as it were, to clarify between this like immediate fun versus like that deeper like legacy fun. Clarifying between those two right now. May I please get a card? Please, can I get one card, please? One card. There it is. Wow. Page of Wands reversed. Here's the thing. You're starting to feel like, a lot of the energy that comes towards you in more of a fun manner, it doesn't have any lasting impact. You're looking for things right now in your life that are going to yield long-term results. And as such, I really feel like there's an energy right now coming towards you of like this idea of feeling like you really want to turn away from childish things. And even energies that like, again, any energy that's in it for a good time and not a long time, or any energy that doesn't look like it's going to have some immediate, like long-term benefit to your experience with it, you simply just don't have the bandwidth for it now. You're simply like, I'm sorry, I've got too much other stuff going on to just be in it for something that's going to scratch an itch, or is just going to be like kind of a momentary pleasure. You're really kind of putting that aside right now for these long-term gains, which we love. We love this energy. I love this energy for us today. And this is also like not communicating with any energy that you don't feel is coming correct or towards you right now, or feeling like there might be energy that does not always come towards you correct, because you're really seeing your value right now as well. And you're done with like anything that like has drama or chaos or third party energy. You're like, no, I'm good. Like I'm good. You keep doing that. I'm going to be over here with my cups. So again, I like this. I really like this energy on like both levels, because I feel like a lot, it's really kind of seeing now, like getting a better understanding of like why the thing, like again, you're letting things go, you're embracing the ending, you're embracing the change, and as such, you're getting a lot more clarity as a reward as to like why these things weren't working in the first place. All right, clarifying right now between this beautiful Nine of Cups energy and the closing out of a cycle. So like really kind of like receiving your rewards and finding like where you are when something is finally like really feeling like it's reached a certain level or conclusion. Whoop! Can I please get one card, please? Those are two cards. Is again, here's the thing. This is what you realize. This is beautiful. We've got two cards, but I'm okay with it. You're sitting in your power right now, and you're letting things go that need to be let go. Because as we've seen, as we've said with the messages coming through, you realize that the things that are meant for you aren't going to require that much work. That it's not going to require a monumental effort on your part to keep them sustainable. That instead of this energy, which we don't want, this like careless, non-communicative, sometimes manipulative, very based on just like their own fun and their own desires energy, you are turning your attention, and this is going to hit a little different depending if you align to masculine or feminine energy, bearing in mind that that's not based on gender but what you feel aligned to. This is you moving towards those that match you in terms of what you desire. And what you're really looking for, as I said, your mind is on your prize. Your mind is on your future. Your mind is on your plans. You are looking for people you can plan with. You are looking for people you can build with. You are looking for people that like are willing to share the burden with you. Because you realize that if you meet a King of Wands, you're not going to have to carry all of those wands by yourself, because they're going to do half of the work with you. This is collaborative energy that we see you moving into right now, particularly if you're in a feminine. Now, if you're a masculine, this is really going to represent this idea that you are coming into a higher vibration of your own communication, that there is something around you that you are suddenly realizing that there is something in your life that you may have been going about doing the wrong way, and that you need to kind of let that go because it's not serving you. And you're actually finding that like the minute you let it go, you are now moving into a place where you have it's like a plan or something around this. You've let it go, and now you suddenly have a much better plan. You're like, I'm letting this heart, it's like work. This is really for masculine energy right now. It's work smarter, not harder. That there's something the masculines realize they've been doing, and you're having this like moment. You're like, oh my God, I've been doing this all wrong. And the masculine energy is now like, oh, I know what to do now. And this is creating this new investment in their own plans, and also in like heightened communication, because masculine understands what they want a lot clearer now, and they see it a lot clearer because they're letting go of these unnecessary burdens. Okay, clarifying, which we love, between this Death card reversed energy, the closing out of cycles with victory with the Ace of Swords. What do we have coming through here? Can I please get clarity between these two very, very powerful cards? Between these two very powerful cards, can I please get some clarity? Something hidden. You're not holding on so tightly. You're not holding on so tightly. What did I say? You're letting go, because you realize right now that the things that are meant for you are not going to require they're not going to require you to hold on to them tightly, because they're not at risk of being lost. So it's this loosening. It's this loosening that's letting you kind of be much more free about these things. That's letting you even like allow the things that are passing out of your life to be like kind of like go. It's okay, go. And not with like bitterness or anger, but with a sense of like of peace, of being like, I don't need to worry, because whatever's meant for you, you realize you don't need to clutch because it's already with you. And it's this this feeling, this ability of seeing your own abundance right now is really what's allowing you to both accept what's moving out of your life and have the victories for what's coming into your life, because you realize that it's really just allowing yourself to be present and accept the gifts that are coming to you and accept the things that are meant for you and embracing them with gratitude and not like with a crazy fear that they're going to be taken from you, because they can't be taken from you. So I love these cards. You know what? I'm glad we had to wait. I'm glad we had to wait to do this reading today, because like we're totally okay with this. So just a reminder to anyone joining, we're going to be doing the astrological signs tomorrow. We are doing the collective reading now. Everything I see about this collective right now looks really, really beautiful. So I really love what we're seeing. Okay, we're going to continue. Clarifying right now between the Chariot reverse. Not necessarily feeling like everything is perfect right now, but you're paying attention to see how you can repair this, how you can get to a place where you can move forward the way you want to. And also, I think this is also realizing you can't move forward with some energy. You can't take some energy with you here because it's just not in the right frame of mind and it's not helping you get to where you need to go. So clarifying, or this can also be outdated modes of thought. So clarifying between this Chariot reverse and your Page of Wands reverse. Can I please get one card, please? Can I please get one card to clarify? Can I please get one card to clarify? One card to clarify, please. One card to clarify. Oh, a little resistant. But it's also like Chariot reverse. I'm not surprised. Oh, there it is. You know, it's not exactly, this is the area, this is the part that's hairy, right? We need to accept this. I told you, we're moving out of a cycle. It's not completely out yet. You're not happy about the situation. And that's what I want to point out. You're realizing now and you're recognizing. This is almost how you're recognizing like what's not for you. Because you're like, these situations are not bringing you joy. There's nothing here that actually brings you joy. And I almost feel like today is the moment that you really kind of look at something with these new optics and you really realize you're like, wow, you know what? There really isn't any possibility of moving forward with this. Like there's no way of really fixing it, because not this energy doesn't embody, nor does it desire to give any joy to your life. And in fact, isn't causing joy. It seems very driven on just creating like an inability to move forward and sitting in pain, sitting in disruption. And you're kind of seeing that you're almost acknowledging now that this energy that you wanted to communicate with is not necessarily ever going to be something that you can communicate with, because it's only seems like its only desire is to create unhappiness, is to create bad moments, is to create grief. And it's this thing, and you know, for intentionally or no, is what I need to point out here. And it's this grief that you're really trying to move away from. And you're really using today, especially with the planning we see, and this like, you know, outside energy, like negative energies, is really just looking carefully at the things in your life that are not bringing you joy and acknowledging them as such. And not saying to yourself, I need to figure out how to fix them. It's just really looking at it being like, no, this is a joyless act. Why am I allowing these things you know, to be in my existence that do not bring me my highest joy? Which is a beautiful, profound moment that we see happening here. And I like that because, again, it's realizing that there's some situation that you're moving away from that you're also, that's why you're letting the cycle complete, because it hasn't been bringing you any happiness. And it doesn't have any indication that it ever will. All right, clarifying between this maturation that we see from moving away from like this Page of Wands energy, which can be very selfish, manipulative, doesn't like have a plan, can't communicate, into this beautiful, beautiful King of Wands energy, that wants to share burdens with you, that allows you to feel like it's not as difficult, not so much heavy lifting, that, or for some of you, this is that maturation of realizing what you need to let go of to reach this like higher ability to communicate and plan and know what you want. Clarifying between these two moments is, let me see, please, man. Two cards. Oh boy. Yeah. Yep. What's the difference between these? It's the difference between success and victory. It's the difference between feeling seen and appreciated versus energy that makes you feel like you are unlovable or unloved. And whatever's happening between these energies right now, it's like night and day in terms of what you feel you're receiving from them. And you're turning your attention, like, why would you stay places? Like, and that's why with the optics of visibility, and this is going to hit a little different depending on whether you're aligned to feminine or masculine energy, bearing in mind that that's not based on gender, but what you feel aligned to. For the feminine energy, it's really like looking at your options. It's really looking at your options and being like, why am I going to stick with this energy if it seems hell-bent on just telling me and making me feel like I am not able to be loved or I don't deserve the things I want to deserve, versus, you know, this beautiful king energy that just seems to want to celebrate and have wins with me and wants to, like, again, look, they don't want to make me have to carry all these wands. They want to take all those wands and like have a parade. Like, let's celebrate. Like, let's go have a good time. Like, this is a victory march. And so this is what's allowing you to move through. Now for masculine energy, this could be a heightened level of understanding and intelligence in the wake of a feminine energy that is not seeing or acknowledging you even at your moment of success. That there's something to be said here around this energy and this kind of maturation that's potentially happening right now with masculine energy, which is seeing the fact that, you know, you're growing in a way because you feel like you're disconnected from your feminine. And you suddenly realize that it doesn't matter what level of success you achieve if they're not involved in it, if they're not a part of it, if they're not a participant. And this is that moment where I think you're starting to get that heightened understanding and heightened level of communication. Because I do see here for the masculine energy, this desire that there's something bittersweet right now about the victories you're experiencing because you realize that you don't have a counterpart energy with you. And this is something that is like kind of haunting you even as you're experiencing joy. So there is a really beautiful moment to be had today in this like new understanding, both for masculine and feminine energies, which is good because yesterday we saw like a real dividing point. There's still a division here, but I really like the direction we're seeing both of these energies going in today. Clarifying between this King of Wands energy that wants to put down the load. So this that didn't sound right. That didn't sound right. This is a family-friendly program, folks. Who wants to share the burden and who wants to lighten the load for lighten their load and collaborate with you, and you know that you don't have to feel like you're doing all the heavy lifting, or for a masculine that's moving into a higher maturation point in terms of what they want and how they can get it, versus understanding that there is an active release here and this idea that you don't need to hold on to things that are meant for you. So clarifying between these two is, I love it, the star energy. What is going on today, guys? This is beautiful. So what I'm really seeing is, and this is going to hit a little different. Again, we see for feminine energy, this is what we've been talking about. Like the feminine energy here needs to feel like they can be in their authenticity. They can be their most authentic self. And this is the feminine realizing that there's a masculine energy around them that they don't need to be so closed off with, because that masculine energy is accepting them and value, and not just that, they're valuing them for everything that they want to give, for who they are, for how they do things. And this is really beautiful. For masculine, like I said, masculine here is feeling this ache because there is a feminine right now they feel like they're not in communication with or contact with, and it's like their victories right now are being overshadowed by this lack. And for masculine, it's giving them, I think one of the reasons that they're coming into this like maturation in the communication is because they're seeing the feminine in a way that they haven't been able to see them before, which is, again, the value in their authenticity, the value in their vulnerability, and not necessarily seeing that as a detriment per se, which may have happened in the past, but seeing it for what it just is, which is integrity, genuineness, a refusal to hide or need to hold back. And I feel like the masculine is now realizing they don't need to try so hard around an energy like this, and that they can just kind of value and appreciate it and not try to hold on to it, because you cannot hold on to a star. You just allow a star to be, and you allow a star to exist in its beauty. And that is how we generate this gorgeous energy. You don't try to hold on to a star. If you're lucky enough, you just get to call it your own. You get to name it. You get to name the star, right? All right, I love this energy today. Okay, we're going to keep going. So just a reminder, we're doing the collective right now. The astrology is going to have to be for tomorrow because I got my head behind on my schedule. All right, clarifying, there is still some sadness here. There is some sadness that wants to be remedied. And I think that this is motivating a lot of these actions, some of this sadness, because everybody is kind of looking for a victory here. Everybody wants a victory. Feminine wants to come into this place where they feel celebrated. They don't feel like they're being unloved. And masculine wants to be in a place where their feminine isn't in this hidden from them as they experience these successes. They want this feminine around them. So clarifying between these 2 points right now. Can I please get one card? It's hidden. Whoa! Guys, look at this. Look at this. Clarifying the Empress reversed is the Emperor. And this is what we love. I love this. This is why I love this. I love the tarot. This is the moment, I think, for a lot of, again, and this is going to hit differently depending on masculine or feminine energy that you're aligned to, bearing in mind that's not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. For masculine energy right now, it's like this new success that they're experiencing, this new victory in their life is now giving them the power to feel that they can go get their Empress, that they can go and they can meet the Empress where they are, that they can match that energy. And realizing that the way that they can bring the Empress back is by being that sense, having that stability, having that driven intention, being clear about what they want, being clear about their plans, that this is what's really going to bring the feminine back towards the masculine. The more they're able to own their power and their authority and also their decisions and operate in a place that is absolutely clear and absolutely without artifice, even to the point that that even requires revealing some hard truths. There is some kind of freeing that's occurring with the masculine right now that's allowing them to feel they can finally step into this role. For the feminine, this is really going to be the moment that for them they feel like that there is a masculine that is close to them now, that is much better embodying the traits that they're looking for in a counterpart, and that this is the energy that they need to find in order to be able to move into their Empress upright position. And there is a feeling like this hasn't happened yet for the feminine, but it's close. Like the feminine recognizes that this is very close to them. And again, they're still a little sad because they're still in their reversal, but they feel like they're almost like just there. Clarifying between this victory with the Empress reversed, but the star. So again, for the feminines, feeling like they are being vulnerable and seen, but they might not be feeling completely loved in that position yet, is, can I please get, there it is. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. So again, there's something here with the feminine energy that is even as the feminine energy right now is working to get out of this reversed Empress and into their star. They realize that the thing they need to do right now, and this is going to hit a little different depending on feminine or masculine again, that for the feminine, it's this idea that they have succeeded so far in the fact that every boundary they lay is allowing them to be more authentic. And that's the problem with the Queen of Swords. It's allowing the feminine, it's protecting the feminine because it's allowing them to be more authentic. But it's also isolating to a certain extent, right? The boundaries have the additional problem of potentially being isolating, which is why this feminine does feel a victory right now, but still feels pretty isolated romantically because, you know, that star energy, the choice to protect one's energy sometimes can be a bit of an isolating cost. And that's where this Queen of Swords is coming through to protect the feminine. For masculine right now, this is really saying that masculine realizes that whatever they've done to put feminine in this deficit, and now they're seeing the feminine in their star energy, they realize it's not going to be an easy trip back. They realize that this feminine energy is now potentially going to have some walls or some hurdles, because whatever has occurred here, like the feminine has isolated themselves and they're shining, but they're very cautious as it relates to the romantic possibilities here with the masculine because of whatever put them in this deficit. Potentially this person's own, masculine's own desire for success that overrode their masculine's ability to truly see and appreciate feminine in those moments leading up to it. So masculine recognizing that there may have to be some hurdles that need to be crossed, but also respecting the feminine to a certain extent for having them and understanding why, which I appreciate a lot. Okay, we're going to keep going right now. Love this. I'm actually okay with this. All right, we've drilled down to the clarifying moment. We've got one card left in the spread. I will point out right now the two counterpart energies right now for masculine and feminine, because this has become a very masculine, feminine based reading, is the Emperor coming out in their power versus the Queen of Swords, who's being very defensive. But I will point out the Queen of Swords is willing to negotiate and is, you know, and also like a good counterpart for this Emperor energy, because, you know, there is something here about being like worthy adversaries, and the Emperor now understanding the masculine energy, understanding what it needs to do to come forward. And this is masculine also embodying this Emperor energy, realizing that they're going to need this strength right now to get through to the feminine counterpart, because the feminine counterpart is, you know, so guarded to a certain extent and being so careful. Don't hate this. I don't hate this. So clarifying the final card for today. There it is. I love it. We have nines all over this place. Everything is about potential and possibility right now. What's really happening is everyone is willing to come out of the place that they're hurt and allow themselves to risk this experience again. There's a desire, more than anything right now, you know, I feel like there has been a nursing of wounds that's been occurring, but there's also an acceptance right now that the healing journey is one that you can that is continual. But there's also this desire not to hide, to allow yourself to be seen even as you are healing, in order to find the counterpart, like in order for both sides to find the counterpart that they're longing for right now. So everybody is really coming out of their shells today, but in like a very beautiful way. I'm totally okay with this energy. The yesterday's energy was hairy. This energy is absolutely beautiful, and I love the fact that there's so many 9 cards everywhere in this, really kind of, you know, being our central card and being our card of completion. It's a really, really lovely energy. Bottom of the deck on this whole experience right now is, oh my goodness, commitment. Commitment or fear of commitment. Fear of commitment. Fear of commitment. I think that whatever's occurred between the masculine and feminine energy right now, it's really made both very gun shy around commitment and promises, that something has been kind of fractured here, and that this can either, and I feel like this is either going to reflect right now in a new renewed desire for commitment, for like conventional commitment in the wake of all of that we see here now, like people coming much more to terms with what they want and going after it. But also those potentially facing the counter, which is the anxiety or the fear of commitment in the face of it as well. Thank you so much for the gift, Michelle. Thank you for being a subscriber. So I think this is going to be the challenge here, is like, it's almost like, you know, as everything's breaking, what is the newness of this look like? How does this take shape? How does this form? This is also very interesting too, because the Hierophant needs to be heard. So it's really a question of like how to approach the other and how to communicate in this new landscape that you find yourselves in. Oh, thank you so much for the gift. I really love that one, Lydia. I don't hate this. I gotta say, guys, this energy right now, I'm here for it. This is beautiful. And the fact that this is the card that we're completing on, you know, I'm okay with this Hierophant being here, you know, because again, it shows to me that everyone is being very careful right now, but also a lot clearer on what they want. And because it seems like everybody in this reading, masculine and feminine energy, is a lot clearer. Whatever cycle is closed out has really led them into kind of a renewed sense of their own power and a deeper desire to go after the things that they want in the life that they want, and finding the right counterpart for that. And allowing old cycles to close, to bring bring this new energy back in, and reconsider like commitment and what commitment is and how commitment looks, and even like looking at like, you know, making a deeper commitment to something, particularly for the masculine here, because we do see that a lot of the masculine energy here is deeply looking at feminine, and there's been some kind of shift in terms of their perception on things that I think needs to be is being more addressed. Feminine is kind of just moving in this place that's a lot more protective, a lot more cautious. But like, again, we don't hate it. It's like a positive protectiveness. It's like, thank you for the first gift, TTS. It's a positive protective area energy. They're not, the feminine isn't limiting themselves from going out. They're not limiting themselves from experiences, quite the opposite. They're just doing it in a very discerning, careful, cautious, but curious way. And that's where I think that more of that fear of commitment, that anxiety is coming through for the feminine. Yeah, I'm good with this reading. You see, this is when we needed to do it. This is how we had to do it. So this worked out perfectly. So thank you guys so much. Again, thank you very much for joining me today for the day's reading. Better late than never. Just a reminder to anybody interested, if you would like a private reading, you can book a private reading with me on my website, gracedraga.com. Please remember, when my private readings are done over Zoom. There's several different tiers on time. I also give you the option of having those recorded and sent to you afterwards. Please remember that if you book a private reading on my site, it is a 2-step process. You have to book the reading and then you have to pay. You have to do both. It's not a perfect system, but it's what I got right now. Also, please remember that if you are a subscriber to my TikTok, bearing in mind that a subscriber is different than a follower, you can deduct 10% off the price of my services. Just make sure to mention your subscriber ID when you go to pay for that private reading. Also a reminder, I know we're a little late on it this week, but yes, we will be doing the tarot astrology. I ran out of time today, but I assure you, we will be doing it tomorrow. I will set the time on the calendar, and I will make sure that I have the time this time, and I will let all of you know as soon as it's there. Again, apologies for those who had some confusion with this reading and that one. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank all of you for being the most amazing collective ever. I deeply appreciate all of you. And I deeply appreciate your patience with me, especially when it comes to timing. I hope all of you have a beautiful day, and thank you.